There's a saying in Chinese physiognomy. It is hard to find money when people look for them, but it is easy for money to find you. Welcome to JinBodhi's physiognomy. What features make up good fortune hands? Firstly, for men, if their hands are big, plump, firm and strong, then that's a pair of good fortune hands. Men are the backbones of their families, so strong hands suit them. Also, big hands symbolize productivity, strength and luck. It's the opposite when it comes to women's hands. Unlike men, small hands are more good fortune on women. It's even better if their small hands are also plump and firm. There's a saying in Chinese physiognomy. Men's big hands are for scooping up wealth, and women's small hands are for counting jewels. Next, we look at the palm print. The clearer your palm prints are, the better it is. Our palms contain a few thick lines with a lot of thin ones. When it comes to the outcome of one's fate, the deciding factor lies in the thicker lines. The more visible your palm's thick lines are, the clearer your mind tends to get. A clear mind helps you to focus better on important matters. If your thick lines are less obvious, or look no different than the thinner lines, you might have problems differentiating important and unimportant matters. Say, a girl has an important appointment. She ended up spending too much time on her makeup. As a result, she missed the whole event. See, she couldn't tell what's important and what's not. Fate transformation is possible with some self-cultivation practices. When you've cultivated some wisdom, the thicker lines on your palms will become more visible, and you'll also become wiser and smarter. Next, and this is important, good fortune palms have visible wealth lines. One of the auspicious shapes the lines can form is the triangle. The 3 points of the triangle can point anywhere. It's fine, as long as it's a triangle, but it's better if one of the 3 points aims at the thumb. Another auspicious shape is the Chinese ingot. Sometimes, the lines form the shape of an ingot. An ingot is shaped like the side of a boat. If your palm lines form these shapes, then you're destined to get rich. Maybe you've accumulated some merits in your previous lifetimes. Maybe you did some good deeds and you're blessed with wealth. Let me tell you the story of John and Jane, who fought and almost broke up. Jane was a girl from the city, and John grew up in the countryside. John was hardworking. His family sent him to college, and he made sure the money was well spent. Not only did he spend wisely, he also worked part-time, providing extra lessons to the kids in the city. That's how he earned some extra income. Jane was impressed by John's hardworking nature. After they'd been together for a while, an issue arose. John never bought gifts for Jane. Jane then started comparing John with her best friend's boyfriends. That's when she thought John was really stingy. When it came to giving presents And then they fought and were on the verge of breaking up. And then, John's friend asked him to come to me. He wanted to know how it would end for that couple. So, John came to me. Jane tagged along too. She looked angry when complaining about her boyfriend. She complained how John never bought her gifts on special occasions. Frankly speaking, I felt sorry for her. She wasn't so lucky to have John as her boyfriend. But I felt sorry for John too, after he told me about his family, his part-time jobs, and how much he loved Jane. Jane had enough. She asked me my opinion about breaking up with John. Up to you, just be firm with your decision and don't regret it later. That's what I told them. Jane left. She decided to break up with John. John was there crying helplessly. I felt sorry for him, seriously. I then took a look at his face. I'd say that he wasn't blessed with much. He was scrawny from not eating right. His overall aura was not good. I then took a look at his palms, and they weren't that auspicious. They weren't big, and the lines weren't visible. There was a faint triangle, that's all I could say. When I was done, he asked me whether his fate could be improved. I told him honestly that he wasn't that blessed. He was plain and ordinary, nothing special. It's a miracle that he made it into college. He was going to work 100 times harder than the others to succeed. He was going to face lots of obstacles and even insults. I told him to do more good deeds to gain some merits. He asked me why his friends were born better than him. Some of his friends were born with a silver spoon in their mouths. He asked, what did I do to deserve such a rotten fate? They've worked on it in their previous lifetimes. That's what I said. He asked, can I start now? I said yes. Ignorant people tend to suffer from illness. Some behave badly and put themselves in difficult situations. By spreading the right teachings like I'm doing, one can accumulate merits. Saving a life gains more merits than building a 7-story pagoda. He got a job after finishing college. He was only paid half of what other fresh graduates were earning. I told him not to give up. These obstacles were part of his fate, so he had to brace through. I can't do it, he said. I told him, you have to. You don't have a choice. I asked him to be the most knowledgeable guy in his company. How? I'm just a fresh graduate. Yes, and you're going to be the guy who can do anything. How? I told him to set it as his goal. He did it. One day, he told me about starting his own business. I told him, go, do it. The sky is the limit. When he was 35 or 36, he came to see me again. He looked totally different. He looked confident, more muscular, fitter, and more charming. He was transformed. He bought an office building for his own company. Wow! And he hired more than 200 workers. He also married a soft-spoken, cute woman. When he told me about starting his own business, I took a look at his palm and saw a triangle looking like a pagoda. It was quite obvious. So, when he told me that, I told him the sky was the limit. He didn't go after wealth, wealth came to him. Know the difference between an inheritance and a blessing. An inheritance is what you got from your elders, it's not a blessing. The ingot and triangle on your palm are different. It's the blessing that promises wealth from your good deeds in previous lifetimes. There's another shape, four-sided shape. It doesn't have to be a square. As long as it has four sides, it can be a rectangle, square, diamond, etc. It counts as long as it has four sides. This is another auspicious sign on your palm. In what I've learned, triangles symbolize wealth. And four-sided shapes symbolize power. Some are even blessed with a career line on their palms. People with a great career might have it. It's a line that stems from the part above your wrist and ends at the part below your middle finger, cutting across the center of your palm. If you have such a palm line, you're going to have a great and smooth career. Some people's career line ends halfway to the middle finger, or goes sideways. These people's lives could be less smooth when they're young. They could experience more obstacles, but they could still be successful in the future. It's just that when they're at a younger age, studying or looking for a job could be hard. Some could end up working in an industry that has nothing to do with their expertise. Some end up earning illegal money. Say, your major was business management or marketing, but you don't like your major, or couldn't find a job compatible with your education. You then end up in construction and become rich in your 30s. This could happen when one has a clear and complete career line. Their studies and work will be smooth. The next auspicious sign is the 5 raised eminences of the palm. This one refers to the 5 fleshy bulges on the palm. The first bulge is below your thumb. Does it look normal to you if it bulges? Next, the part is across from the bulge of the thumb. The next 3 parts are right below your index, middle, ring, and baby finger. When they bulge, it'll look like 5 auspicious mountains. If you're blessed with these mountains, everything will be smooth, and you'll never lack anything in life, especially food. In the past, the Chinese relied greatly on agriculture to survive. As a result, they wished to be blessed with an abundance of food. In the past, not having to worry about food was a symbol of wealth. The next auspicious palm sign has something to do with the length of your baby finger. If you have this, then you won't have to worry about food and clothing. It is auspicious if the length of your baby finger exceeds the top joint line of your ring finger. Few people are blessed as such. Imagine being so wealthy that you don't have to worry about food and clothing. We're done with today's lesson on auspicious signs. If you know more about physiognomy, it helps a lot. From looking for a partner and making friends to building a career. You want to know more about the other party. When going through the aforementioned, you'll realize how little you know about another person. So if you know more about physiognomy, you'll not only expand your knowledge, but also be good at understanding people around you. Remember that. This is JinBodhi's physiognomy. If you enjoyed the lesson, please like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. We'll cover more in the next episode.